Across the vibrant streets of Los Angeles to the bustling avenues of New York City, controversy simmers beneath the surface of America's sanctuary cities. As one of the most contentious issues of our time, illegal immigration policies spark fierce debates and challenge the fabric of local communities. Today on Globe Trekking, we're peeling back the curtain on the top 10 American sanctuary cities, exploring the polarizing perspectives on immigration, public systems, and the very essence of what it means to be American. So before we unveil the complex realities and opinions shaping these urban landscapes, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we're about to dive deep into a topic that's reshaping the nation's cities and drawing fierce lines in the sand. Join us as we confront the unseen battles and unspoken truths about the policies that protect, the criticisms that divide, and the opinions that ignite impassioned discourse across the nation. Number 10, Los Angeles, California. In the City of Angels, sanctuary city policies wrap their protective wings around illegal immigrants, sending a clear signal that all are welcome, regardless of citizenship status. These edicts, woven into the fabric of Los Angeles's governance, prescribe non-cooperation with federal immigration enforcement, effectively turning the sprawling metropolis into a bulwark against potential deportation. Yet the city's open-armed approach has not come without scrutiny, sparking criticisms that Los Angeles's already strained public systems are being pushed to breaking point. Schools, healthcare facilities, and social services designed to support a vast urban population are tested by the weight of those who exist outside official counts and contributions. The congested arteries of LA's housing market pulse with the pressure of high demand, and these sanctuary policies draw ire for pouring fuel on the fiery debate. Critics argue that this stance not only shields the undocumented, but also inadvertently emboldens landlords to escalate rents, deepening the city's housing crisis in districts stretching from Skid Row to the sun-soaked sidewalks of Venice Beach. Number 9. New York City, New York. In the heart of the bustling metropolis of New York City, a safe haven for immigrants stretches its arms wide amidst the steely high-rises and the never-sleeping streets. Here, access to legal aid and social services isn't just a promise. It's delivered with the conviction of a city built by the hands of generations of immigrants, with programs offering everything from language classes to legal representation. The Big Apple positions itself as a staunch defender of those in search of the American dream, undocumented or not. But not all see the city's embrace as a loving one. Critics point to the strain on taxpayers, arguing that providing such comprehensive services isn't a free lunch, but rather an all-you-can-eat buffet dined on the public dime. The debate rages like a New York taxi in rush hour, with each side clamoring to be heard over the cacophony of opinions and perspectives. It's a polarizing topic, one that strikes at the heart of fiscal responsibility and communal empathy in equal measure. The truth is, the balancing act is as precarious as a tightrope walker above Times Square. Can one weigh the vibrant cultural tapestry and economic contributions of immigrants against the hard numbers on a budget spreadsheet? This city, built on a foundation of diversity, faces a financial reality that requires as much innovation in policymaking as the construction of its towering skyscrapers. Yet the question looms, will New York City find the equilibrium that respects both the immigrant's journey and the taxpayer's wallet? Only time will tell as the city continues to navigate the complexities of its sanctuary status. Number 8. Chicago, Illinois. In the bustling city of Chicago, Illinois, political leaders have stepped into the national spotlight, wielding their vocal support for illegal immigrants as both a shield and a statement. With a welcoming attitude enshrined in its policies, Chicago has become a stronghold for those seeking refuge from the harsher climates of federal immigration enforcement. The city's leaders proudly wear their sanctuary status as a badge of honor, passionately defending the rights of all within their urban enclave. But beneath this banner of sanctuary, questions loom about the city's rising crime rates. Detractors are quick to draw a line connecting Chicago's open arms approach to illegal immigration with the uptick in criminal activity. Yet many argue this is a scapegoat for deeper systemic issues. The tenuous link between supporting undocumented immigrants and enduring higher crime levels has engulfed the city in a divisive and heated debate, challenging the fabric of the community itself. The opinion that often goes unspoken is the cynical one. Politicians may well be leveraging the immigration issue not as a genuine call for reform or empathy, but rather as a calculated move in the ever-spinning chess game for votes. Campaign promises and supportive speeches are made, but when the ballots are cast and the podiums abandoned, the lingering question remains: are these leaders truly championing the cause of immigrants, or merely exploiting it for political gain? As Chicago grapples with this identity, the real need for comprehensive reform and a deeper, more honest conversation about immigration hangs in the balance. Number 7. Houston, Texas. Nestled close to the heart of Texas and just a stone's throw from the Mexican border, Houston presents a unique blend of American and Tex-Mex cultures that's mirrored in its handling of sanctuary city policies. The city's proximity to the border doesn't just influence its culinary delights, but also stirs a melting pot of opinions on the ever-controversial presence of illegal immigrants. As the border's shadow looms over Houston, it casts a complex pattern of economic interdependence and social challenges that stir the local communities into a fervent discourse. The economic impact of Houston's approach to undocumented workers is a perennial debate topic that splits the crowd down the middle. On one side, proponents argue that these workers are a crucial cog in the wheel of Houston's vibrant economy, serving dutifully as essential workers in sectors that others might overlook. The other camp strikes back, accusing these policies of undercutting the local labor force and placing undue burden on the city's already overstretched public systems. Balancing such polarized perspectives is akin to a high-wire act, where the city's economic vitality and compassionate stance sit on either end of the scale. In states like Texas, where the whisper of the border is heard at every corner, the challenges presented by sanctuary city policies are amplified. With a torrent of both praise and criticism cascading over Houston, it's clear that border states wrestle with a unique set of issues that necessitate tailored solutions. While some advocate for firmer regulations draped in the mantle of economic protection, others plea for an unwavering humanitarian approach. Houston's struggle is symptomatic of a broader narrative, a pressing need to recalibrate the compass of justice to navigate the choppy waters of immigration policy. Number 6. Dallas, Texas. In the heart of the Lone Star State, Dallas stands as a microcosm of America's broader immigration narrative. Home to a vibrant tapestry of cultures, this bustling metropolis is fueled by a diverse populace that brings a rich blend of traditions and innovation to the urban experience. Yet beneath the harmonious facade lies a community sharply divided in its sentiments towards the immigrant population, with debates raging over the line between inclusivity and overextension. The thriving economic machine of Dallas is both burdened and bolstered by its non-native residents. On one hand, there's a palpable strain on education, healthcare, and public services struggling to keep pace with demands. On the other, the undeniable cultural enrichment brought by immigrant communities infuses the city with new energy, contributing to Dallas's reputation as a hub of arts, cuisine, and entrepreneurship. This juxtaposition has sparked a contentious debate. Are the strains on local resources a price worth paying for the city's dynamic cultural landscape? It's a complex conundrum where the dynamics of Dallas should be nurtured without being compromised. While immigration presents challenges, it is essential to maintain the integrity of the city's infrastructure and social services. There's a delicate balance to be struck, ensuring that the city remains a beacon of opportunity without endangering its existing community. Will Dallas rise to the challenge of embracing change while preserving the qualities that make it unique? The city's future may well hinge on its response to this modern-day melting pot quandary. Number 5. Miami, Florida. Miami, Florida, often hailed as the gateway to the Americas, has a storied legacy as a haven for those seeking refuge and opportunity. The city's vibrant tapestry is colored by decades of immigration, forming a cultural mosaic that thrives in its streets and neighborhoods. It's a history of welcome that speaks to the heart of Miami, from the balmy beaches to the pulsing beats of Little Havana. The role of an immigrant workforce in the city's main economic engine, tourism, is undeniable. From hotel staff to tour guides, the labor of those who've come to call Miami home is an intricate part of the city's allure to visitors worldwide. This workforce contributes tirelessly behind the scenes, ensuring that Miami's status as a world-class destination maintains its luster and appeal. Yet, amidst the palm-lined streets and sun-kissed shores, a question lingers. Is Miami's identity being diluted as more immigrants call the city home? Some argue that the very essence that makes Miami unique is at risk, a melting pot overflowing, losing the flavors that once defined it. Others view this shift as the evolution of a dynamic city, ever expanding and adapting, celebrating the new while honoring the traditions of old. The answer perhaps lies not in the question of identity loss, but in embracing the new dimensions. Each wave of immigration adds to the fabric of Miami life. Number 4. Phoenix, Arizona. In the heart of the Sonoran Desert, Phoenix, Arizona emerges as a battleground for one of America's most contentious issues: illegal immigration. The state's stringent laws cast a long shadow over the city, instilling a palpable fear among illegal immigrant communities. These individuals, often integral to the fabric of local society, find themselves caught in a relentless cycle of anxiety and uncertainty, their contribution overshadowed by the specter of deportation that looms over them day and night. The effect of this pervasive anti-immigrant sentiment ripples through Phoenix, eroding the bonds that hold its community together. Neighborhoods that once thrived on the dynamism of diversity now face the grim reality of division. The social fabric of Phoenix, celebrated for its colorful tapestry of cultures, is being pulled apart at its seams. Families live in hushed tones, wary of drawing attention, while supportive local residents voice their concern over the toll these tensions take on their city's unity and spirit. Critics argue that the hardline legislation doesn't address the root of the problem, but instead exacerbates it, fueling a fire of discord and fear. They contend that these policies, far from acting as a deterrent, only deepen the divides and distract from meaningful dialogue and reform. As Phoenix grapples with the consequences of its strict laws, the question remains whether the city can reconcile its legislative stance with the undeniable human cost echoing through its sun-baked streets. Number 3. San Francisco, California. San Francisco presents a profound paradox nestled within its rolling hills and iconic Golden Gate, where the ideals of public health and safety grapple with the rigidity of federal immigration laws. As a sanctuary city, it has become a battleground where protection of undocumented immigrants stands in defiance of national directives, a stance resulting as much from compassion as from necessity. The city's sanctuary status has borne witness to the tech industry's silent dependency on a subset of workers often overlooked: the undocumented labor force. Giants of Silicon Valley tout innovation and progress, yet much of their foundational support relies on the resilience of a shadow workforce. These individuals contribute significantly but remain unseen under the constant threat of federal action that contradicts the local governance vows to safeguard them. Debates flare around the ethicality and legality of such a dichotomy, where city policies seem to enable the industry success stories to bloom. What remains clear is that the rise of tech titans in Silicon Valley has been, to some extent, built upon a workforce that their own success could unravel. The question looms large: Can a city truly thrive when its growth is interwoven with the plight of those who live on the edge of visibility and validity? Number 2, Denver, Colorado. In the mile-high city of Denver, Colorado, rapid population growth has left its footprints not only on the snowy peaks, but also on the availability of affordable housing. The influx of new residents drawn by the city's economic opportunities and natural beauty has put unprecedented pressure on an already tight housing market. Amidst this growth, a silent contributor to the economy often goes unnoticed: illegal immigrants working in the state's booming marijuana industry. These workers cultivate and trim, often under the radar, in a sector that has become synonymous with Colorado's progressive stance on cannabis. This situation brings us to a contentious paradox. While the state collects tax revenue from legalized pot, a portion of the workforce remains in the shadows, unprotected by the very laws that make the industry profitable. As Denver grapples with this complex issue, it's clear that legal industries thriving with an illegal workforce present a contradiction that challenges the fundamentals of both immigration and economic policies. Number 1, Seattle, Washington. In Seattle, Washington, the struggle to strike a delicate balance on immigration policy sits at the forefront of city leadership's agenda. Known for its progressive stance, Seattle has implemented initiatives that, while meant to foster a safer environment for all residents, might inadvertently make the city a magnet for illegal immigrants seeking sanctuary. From offering access to education and health care to restricting local law enforcement's cooperation with federal immigration authorities, these policies are as contentious as they are compassionate. However, Seattle's inclusive ambitions are not without their challenges. Caught between its sanctuary city ideals and the looming presence of federal regulations, officials face an ongoing tug-of-war. The city's commitment to protect undocumented residents often stands at odds with pressures from the federal government, resulting in an intricate dance of legal and ethical considerations. Seattle's plight is emblematic of many urban areas across the nation, trying to maintain an open community while navigating the complexities of federal immigration laws. The broader conversation about Seattle and similar sanctuaries hinges on an essential moral question: how do we balance heartfelt compassion with the necessary regulation of our cities? Seattle's approach illustrates that kindness can't be the sole driver of policy. Instead, a nuanced partnership of humanity and pragmatism must guide the formation of sanctuary city rules. As Seattle continues its attempt to be a beacon of inclusivity, it serves as a case study in the high-stakes endeavor to harmonize a deep-seated sense of empathy with the enforcement of immigration laws. In summary, the debate over sanctuary cities and their policies sharply divides public opinion, raising critical issues about immigration, resource allocation, and social dynamics in urban America. From Los Angeles's protective stance to Seattle's struggle for inclusivity, each city grapples with unique challenges that reflect the complex tapestry of national sentiment on illegal immigration. As we close this discourse, let's remember that the essence of a city's character is not just defined by its skyline or landmarks, but by the communities that pulse through its streets. The conversation around sanctuary cities is more than a legal battle. It's a call to address the human element within the framework of our urban landscapes. While the journey toward harmonious coexistence continues, we must not lose sight of how our policies impact vulnerable lives. As we ponder the future of these metropolises and their people, one thing becomes clear. Seeking a balance between compassion and regulation is paramount for the growth and harmony of sanctuary cities across the nation. Thank you for joining us on this critical exploration. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay updated on such insightful discussions here at Globe Trekking. And if you're looking for more in-depth analysis, click on our next video, where we discuss the top 10 policies shaping the future of urban America.